husband. He's coached youth sports in town for many years, and he served on the baseball and youth hockey boards. Together we have raised our 3 children in North Reading, all of whom have graduated from North Reading High and have grown up to be great adults. Shortly after moving to town, I was appointed by the town moderator to the Finance Committee. I served on the Finance Committee for 5 years, 3 of those as chairman. After gaining confidence in my knowledge of municipal financing and town budgets, I decided to run for the school committee. It was the dawn of education reform, and the town had just hired a new superintendent, Dr. Troughton. I served on the school committee for 15 consecutive years. It was a time of great change for our community, which brought about many challenges. Education reform brought a student-centered approach to teaching. Our curriculum changed. Technology in the classroom was made a priority. Student achievement was measured, and our administration was held accountable. Teacher development plans were written, and North Reading moved towards full inclusion of students with special needs. Building projects were undertaken to meet the needs of a growing student population and address the capital needs of aging buildings. Our school district was very successful. Our students rank above average in all MCAS testing, but that is not the only measure of success. Our students continue to do well in life, and most go on to the colleges of their choice. Many have returned to teach in our own public school system. In addition to serving our town on many town boards, I have served on a number of subcommittees, including contract negotiations, athletic subcommittee, finance planning team. I was the chairman of the elementary school building project responsible for the Hood School project, which was completed on time and on budget. Currently, I am working with the former superintendent and the town moderator, John Murphy, to form a nonprofit organization called the North Reading Education Foundation. I find much satisfaction in serving my town in a capacity that utilizes my skills. I am an effective team player that understands the need to work cooperatively with all board members. I have proven leadership skills, and I excel at consensus building. I have extensive knowledge of town finances and experience with budgeting. I have successfully bargained union contracts, and I have been involved in each of the school building projects to date. If I am elected to the board, I will continue to serve in an open and transparent way. I will respect the opinions of everyone, whether I agree or not. We must set our budget priorities and guarantee that the town administrator and the department heads have a clear understanding of the direction that is set for them. Our biggest challenge in the foreseeable future is to find ways to preserve services for all of our residents, ensure sufficient reserves for unforeseen circumstances, and maintain our building and capital infrastructure. We must do this without raising taxes. The voters have approved a new school project, which is admirable, but it will be a sacrifice for many of our neighbors. Just remember that no one candidate has all the answers. It is about teamwork. Thank you.
Thank you to you for traveling south of the border, and thank you to the League for hosting once again the candidates night tonight. You know, my wife and I bought a home here. As I said earlier, I was born and raised here, but we decided to buy a home and raise our family here too, and there's been no regrets, certainly. But by the same token, when I was raised, the way I was raised, my family was that, you know, if you're going to be a member of the community, you need to be an active participant, and you need to give back. And that's what I've been doing for a lot of years. When I was first elected to public office, I didn't have any gray hairs in my head, and you know, and I've been active ever since. And it took a while to get this way. You know, that being said, I'm currently the longest-serving member on the board, which allows me to share my experiences in historical and institutional knowledge with the board and the administration. I think that's a valuable asset that the board has utilized over the years, and I hope that they can continue to take advantage of what I bring. I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on the town budgetary process, constantly prioritizing, sometimes cutting and consolidating, other times expanding and investing, compromising in some areas in order to support and maintain services in others. Along with my other board members, I've worked closely with the school committee and finance committee, school administration, to balance the budget and support necessary needed programming for our schools. Every year, we struggle to close the budgetary gap just to maintain level services, never mind adding additional programs and curriculum. It's a painstaking process and time-consuming process, of which I have been a part since 1988. On the professional side, I served as a legislative aide, a state auditor, a contract audit specialist, been involved in the development and implementation of budgets of state agencies, as well as auditing of agencies, appropriations, and expenditures. I'm currently a supervisory bank examiner, examining some of the most large and complex financial institutions in the Commonwealth, assessing their financial stability, fiscal controls, compliance with state and federal laws, rules, and regulations, and guidelines. From a collective bargaining standpoint, negotiations, I've been involved in negotiations for the collective bargaining units since I've been on the board. And on the professional side, I'm also a union representative on the other side of the table, the labor side of the table, representing over 4,000 members of my local and 12,000 people, state employees, at the bargaining table. Just over this past year, at my suggestion, my union came forth to the administration and offered to reopen our contracts. And this is what's important, is that, I've sit on both sides of the table, and I think I've been able to instill this in our own local unions. There comes a point in time where the labor has to step up to the plate. At my suggestion, my union stepped up to the plate, reopened the contract language, not at the suggestion of the administration, but at our suggestion, because we could foresee what the economic situation was going to be and the revenues were going to be, revenues were not there. As a result, we were able to save over 2,000 state jobs, maintain very vital state programs, and save the Commonwealth over $100 million over a 2-year period. I think it takes that type of insight and ability to communicate with our own public employees to say they have to step up. As a long-serving member of the board, I've seen and experienced a myriad of legal issues relating to licensing, land taking, civil rights violations, contract law, collective bargaining, and just to mention a few. I've been sued, I've been deposed, and I've testified as a member of the board. So I have a very thorough knowledge of municipal and state laws, rules, regulations, and have played a major role in strategizing, settling, and avoiding litigation. I'm proud to say that as a member of the Board of Selectmen and Hillview Commission, which I was on for 12 years, I played a role when the town acquired the Hillview Country Club, the Drinkwater property, which is now Ipswich River Park, land at Eisenhower Pond, the former Wheeler property, which is now serves as a recreation center, and the former Smith property, all assuring protection of our aquifer, open space, and enhancing the character of our community. I served 12 years on the Hillview Commission, ensuring stable stewardship of its finances to support the purchase and development of Ipswich River Park, the placing of other town and school properties under the Hillview enterprise, which has led to cost savings for the school department, and reconstruction of the tennis courts and the building of the new turf field at the high school, all at no cost to the taxpayers. So as a member of the board, I've seen and supported all the efforts to rehabilitate and rebuild all our elementary schools, a new police station, new water tower, intermunicipal water agreements, and negotiated and signed. I was a strong supporter of the recently passed high school, middle school project, and excited and look forward to the groundbreaking and the completion of this project. I believe that I've proven myself to be well-informed and effective member of the board, and I hope the general public sees that too and returns me to the Board of Selectmen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all candidates for selectmen. And we will ask our uncontested candidates to
Thank you.
Mike's been shaking.
Thank you. Good luck. Vote for me.
If you want, I'll go first.
Oh, I don't mind.
A single seat here, or is there someone else on?
Jerry's running, but he's not, I don't think Jerry's here.
No, I didn't see it.
Cliff doesn't know, I don't think he does. Yes, I would. I'm definitely not Jerry. This was fun. Lining up.
Just a lineup?
Oh, God. Thank you, Bob. Oh, no. Okay.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate you being here. And even though it's, we have some uncontested races, it was certainly a wonderful opportunity to share with the citizens, you know, how will you view your role in these positions. So thank you for taking advantage of this opportunity. And we're going to start with moderator, Mr. John Murphy. We have 5 minutes for you to address the citizens.
Thank you. And hopefully I don't need the whole 5 minutes. Hopefully I won't see the sign, but we'll see. I want to first thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this event once again. And once again, I am here as an uncontested candidate to run as town moderator. As I was getting ready to attend today, I tried to think back how many years I've been doing this, all uncontested. And then I also thought of the most recent town meeting, and we had 1,062 registered voters show up for the special town meeting. Not that I want 1,062 at the next one. But what it caused me to realize was that I've been doing this since 2004, when I was first elected as town moderator. But when I saw all those people and I walked past them, I didn't know a lot of them. So what I thought I would do tonight is take just one moment and give a little of my history here in North Reading. My wife Lorraine and I moved to town in 1995 with our 2 children, Katie and Thomas. I was on Finance Committee in Stoneham, where I lived previously, and my wife made me promise I wouldn't get involved. In November of 1995, I was appointed to the Elementary School Building Committee, and I saw the Little School project through to completion, and started the Hood School project, and then stepped down from the Elementary School Building Committee to run for Board of Selectmen. Unfortunately, I was defeated in that election by, I think it was about 59 votes. So I took a year off, and then I ran again, and I won a seat on the Board of Selectmen. I served 1 term, and then the town moderator position came up, and I said, that will give me an opportunity to continue to serve my community, but also give me an opportunity to serve my community and others in other ways. The Board of Selectmen role, I give kudos to all of them, and I hope I know Steve knows what he's getting into, and I hope they know what they're getting into, because it is a tremendous, tremendous amount of time and energy. So I served on the Board of Selectmen. So I first ran for moderator in 2004. This will be my 9th term. If I'm elected again, and I will be as long as I remember to vote, or Mr. Blanks doesn't beat me. But now to the role of moderator. My role, I have 2 responsibilities here in town. One, or actually 3. One is the smooth functioning of the town meeting. The second is the appointment of the Finance Committee. And the third is the judge of the bikes at the Memorial Day Parade. That one is not in the town bylaws. The town meeting is democracy in its purest form. We have open town meeting here in North Reading, which I love. I love the job. That's why I'm running again. I thought it important for me to be here, to say that I want to run again, to say that I want to serve again. It's a lot of fun. The meeting is run by the laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, town charter, town bylaws, and then Robert's Rules of Order. I'm one of those weird individuals. I've read all of those. It's been a challenging job over the years. I've had a lot of good times, a few bad times. I've had some real challenges. I had one issue one time on a budget amendment, and I spent probably 40+ hours on that one amendment, seeking input from community members, community leaders, listening to the Board of Selectmen, listening to the proponents of the amendment, listening to town council, and also talking with other moderators throughout the Commonwealth at the Mass Moderators Association. So I take the job very seriously. I try to be fair. I try not to take a position on issues, and I